Hello guys, welcome to the Code Ashram. My name is Rahul Shekhawat and this is our next video in the series of Selenium with Java. So in the last video we saw how we can use assertions in our test class to verify our test steps in Selenium with Java. So in this video we will see how we can execute our test cases using testng.xml file. So this is a sample XML file I have copied from the Apache Maven official website. You can also copy it from here. And I have named the suite name as test automation and the test name as forgot password. So also have to specify the test class path, which is here it is test dot first, because it is in test folder Java. It is in test folder and in test package, and the class name is first. So like this you have to mention. If it were the other file, you would have done it in this way. You would have done it in this way. So test dot second. This is how you can mention what are the test classes you are going to execute in your test suite. So when you execute this XML file, your test cases will get executed. You see, the tests started to execute and they are finished executing. So you see all the test cases in the first are finished executing. So this about how you can execute your test cases using test.xml file. We will also see how we can pass parameters to our test XML file. So using parameters tag, you can name the parameter we are going to use. For example, let's say uh, argument 1 and value 1 to be our parameters, argument 2 and value 2 be the value. And let's use these parameters in our second uh, test.second file. So this is a sample this simple test. I'm using a simple function to demonstrate how you can take use of the parameters, how you can pass the parameters from test.xml file to a test class file. So for that you have to use parameters annotation, which is mentioned in testng, and then uh, you have to mention the test parameters you want to use. For example, I want to use both argument 1 and argument 2. So this is how you can use take multiple parameters from test.xml file. And here have to define you have to declare the arguments. So these names can be different as well. So it can be test1 and test2 as well. But the names you are giving over here should be same as what you passed in test.xml file. They can't be different. They should be the same name as passed in test.xml file. But these parameters, these variable names can be different. So the test 1 will contain the value of argument 1 and test 2 will contain the value of argument 2. So we will print the values of test 1, also print the value of test 2 value. So now we are going to execute and see that we are successfully able to pass the variables from test.xml file to a test class or not. So right now I'm not gonna execute test dot first, so I'm commenting it out. So I'm only gonna execute this test dot second test class file. Let's build it first and execute it and see whether we are able to pass our parameters from test.xml file to our test class. So you see the both the values got printed. We pass value 1 and value 2 to our test parameters, argument 1 and argument 2, and it was successfully able to take it to the test class file. So similarly, we will see how we can pass it to the test.first class file. Let's now parameterize, let's now comment it out it, and also let's change the parameters here. We are passing the email because we are using the email to enter the email to our email field. So we're gonna pass that email value to this file from our test.xml file. So let's keep the value as rahul.shekhawat at qa.com, and let's pass the URL also from here itself instead of passing from instead of declaring it here. Let's pass it from test.xml file itself. So as we know that we have to use parameters tag to get the parameters from test.xml file. So here we are passing the URL, so it should be URL. Let's mention URL and the URL name. Let's keep the URL and here this, so that we know that this is the variable of this class and this is the local variable. And in the email, here we are going to trying to send the email. So we again parameters tag. So we have done a mistake over here. There needs to be these brackets first, then the name of the parameter, and here what was the name of our parameter? It was email. So if you want to pass multiple parameters, you can use it in this way. In this way, you can pass as many parameters as you want. Argument 2, argument 3, argument 4. So then in this way, you can pass all your test parameters. But we are not using argument 2 and argument. Let's read it from here and declare it here, email, and remove this hard-coded value and use the value which is passed from the test.xml file. Let's build it first and let's try to execute it and see whether we are able to pass our test parameters successfully from test.xml file to first.java test class file. So let's see whether the test cases get passed or not. So yeah, it was successfully able to launch the application and then able to successfully enter the email address. So you can see that all the tests got passed. So here you see that we are able to pass our successfully able to pass our test parameters from test.xml file to first.java or any other test class file. So this is all for this video. In the next video, we will see what is the headless test browser execution and what is the difference between headless and headless testing. Headless and headed testing. So until then, tata, bye bye, and thank you. See you in the next video.